this is basically an idea that I've been toying with or playing with for a little while, and I got the idea from somebody who I can't remember which group it was, but one of the groups that I've got, like there's a lot of different Facebook groups that I've got for different courses and books and things. But one of the people said something about she set herself a challenge based on one of the things that I taught in either the book or one of the courses or something like that. And because she did that, she pushed herself a little bit harder and kind of set a measurable goal to achieve. And then I thought, well, look, wouldn't that be a great idea to hold, rather than just going, here's this thing, do it, have like an actual, little challenge, or 3-day challenge or a 5-day challenge or something like that, and encourage you guys to all kind of work together. Like what I'd like to get you to do is kind of almost have like a little buddy or a support group kind of thing, which brings you guys closer together, helps each other by sharing each other's ideas and experiences, and you're all out to kind of achieve maximum results for yourself. So that's what I'm going to do, and my aim for it, or my goal for it, obviously not right now, because my number one focus is just doing already what I'm doing and about to have a baby, but ideally what I'd like to do maybe later this year or next year is hold like little monthly challenges that I can invite like basically anyone to come and participate in, and give like kind of examples and clear instructions to follow, and let people kind of buddy up and make new friends and get lots of results together. Like I think that would be, I like to look at things as though, would I want to participate in something like that? And I would, so I would hope that other people would too. If you guys think it sounds good, let me know, or give a thumbs up or something, like if you'd like to do more of these little kind of, set quick challenges, or like, a 1-day challenge or a 3-day challenge or a 5-day challenge, all aimed around getting specific results. Hey Anastasia and Alicia, Leonie, yeah, cool. So we're going to give it a go with you guys. I want to use you as to see see the results that you guys get from implementing this stuff. Hey Joanna. Kerry says it sounds awesome. Cool. And yeah, and then obviously I can use that to show other people, like if it does well, like say, look how awesome these guys did in this little 3-day challenge and whatnot. So obviously you can see here that the focus today is going to be on reactivating old clients and leads, and I'm going to actually share with you some trainings that's from my other course, from my Destiny Designers course, that I think some of you guys have done or are in, but some of you aren't, and it's all about really creating an amazing customer experience, which is 100% essential in any successful business. I'm going to share with you some reasons why customers, like what customers really actually want from you, and what's going to play a massive role in helping sustainable growth of your company. Hey Ginger. And yeah, so we'll get stuck into it. So the 3-day challenge, I've got basically three objectives for you to complete. So at the end of this, I've got like day 1, do this, day 2, do this, day 3, do this. And I want you to track your results and actually see how it affects your business. So this week, or for the next few days, what I want you to do is kind of 100% forget about trying to get new clients. Or if you've got ads running that are currently bringing in new clients, that's cool, keep them going, don't stop them or anything. But what I really want you to do instead is focus on your existing ones, because this is one of the main issues that not issues, but it is something that a lot of businesses do that holds them back from growing as far as big as they can, is they focus all the time on new ones and not enough on their existing ones. So at least for the next few days or this week, I'd really, really like you to focus on your existing clients. Doesn't matter if you have heaps or if you have hardly any. You just need to focus on them. So yes, here, one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of businesses make is that they focus on getting more business all the time and fail to take care of and keep the clients that they already have. Now, it actually costs 6 times more to get a new customer than what it costs to have an existing customer buy from you again and again. And when you think about this, it's so true. Like so many people put in so much effort and so much money and so much time and constantly trying to get a new customer, but then when they get one, they kind of forget about them and don't really do anything to keep them happy and keep them coming back. And they just kind of dwindle and fall away, and because they're already always focused on getting new ones. However, if they put that same amount of effort into maintaining relationships with existing customers or building good relationships with existing customers, like even more so than trying to get new ones, you can actually make a whole lot more money and your business will grow quicker, because if they love you that much, they're going to be referring you to every single person that they know. Awesome, Anastasia. Yes, you're here live. Hey, Safka. Hey, Diamond. Cool. So, and this is the other great way of looking at this. And I've made all these mistakes too. Like when I was first in my business, I was always just new clients, and then you kind of just let the old ones, you just don't have any kind of, most people just don't have any kind of system in place or strategy in place for maintaining or building the relationship. So that's what I want to help you to do today. And not only does it feel really, really good, it feels great to make someone else feel great, it also puts a lot more money in your pocket as well. So why should you provide an amazing customer experience? The greatest leverage for a business can be in areas such as the conversion or retention rates, or increasing the transaction frequency or average value of a transaction. So that sounds pretty formal and businessy. It's basically your business will grow a lot better and you'll make a lot faster and you'll make a lot more money if you improve your conversion rates, which means more people choose to do business with you, and retention rates, which is people love you so much they want to come back more often and they want to tell everybody about you. And increasing the average value of a transaction. So essentially, by creating a magical customer experience, you will drive in these 3 main things. And number 1 is your increased frequency of transactions, which is your lifetime value and repeat business. So people will come back more often and spend more money with you if they like you more. Number 2 is you'll increase the average dollar sale. People will want to spend more money with you and give you more money and buy more things from you if they love you. And number 3 is the increased number of referrals. So obviously, I hope you know that, the most powerful way to grow a business is word of mouth. Like a referral quality client is generally a client who already trusts you and is just ready to become a client. If someone else has had a good experience with your business and they tell someone, and those 2 people trust each other, then that trust is automatically passed on to you. So you don't really have to try and force sell, or you don't have to put much effort into someone wanting to do business with you if they're a referral, because they've been referred by someone. They're just ready to buy. They're like, hey, so-and-so told me about you. You sound awesome. When can I book in? So that's ideally what you want. Hey, Danica. Karen, yay. How you going? Cool. So this is what customers expect generally, and this is just from some surveys that have been done over the years. I feel like this survey, well, some of these surveys may be a little bit outdated now, but still relevant. 72% of customers feel that customer service is very important in their buying decision. Generally, only 40% of customers will actually complain if they're unhappy with your product or service, but 80% of them will never do business with you again. 80% wish to be thanked for calling or visiting a business. 96% expect a pleasant and confident attitude to be demonstrated by staff. Confidence is very important here. 50% will purchase an additional product or service if one is suggested. This is another big thing that a lot of people don't do, is they won't offer something else because of a fear of people saying no, whereas if you expect that 50% of people will say no and 50% of people will say yes, or even if 10% of people say yes, you're still adding to your revenue and profits from just offering something. And 80% wish to be approached and offered service after browsing. So that just applies to if you have like a physical store that people come and look in. It doesn't apply to everybody. So this was the Capricorn report, which was conducted in 1998. So that's what I mean, like it's a little bit old now, but this was a study that was all about like where did your customers actually go. So 1%, if you notice that your customers have kind of dropped off the face of the earth or they've disappeared and you haven't seen them for a while, 1% died, 3% moved out of the area, 38% found a better or cheaper service, and 68% felt that the business didn't care because of lack of contact and individual attention. So you can see that this is quite, and I still agree with this, I think like one of the main reasons why I won't return to a business is that I feel like it doesn't care about me, whereas there's so many businesses that if they had just followed up with me and sent me a text, like my waxing lady, for example, I never hear from her. My dog grooming lady, I never hear from her. My eyelash extension lady, I never, oops, there's my calendar. I never hear from her. However, I'm ready to book in for all of those 3 things right now, but I'm not doing it because I haven't heard from them. And what I don't want from them, and there's this other business that I really liked going to as well, but I don't go back to them because they don't actually make anything personal. All they do is just send me discounts through text message. So I don't want that. I don't feel cared about. I don't feel like a valued client of any of those businesses. Hey Lisa, because yeah, they're just being businessy, or they're waiting for me to make an appointment with them. And this is what a lot of businesses do. They just sit around and they wait and they do nothing. However, if you want to be busy, if you want your customers to love you, you have to show them that you appreciate and care about them by building relationships, following up, saying hi. So perfect example right now, like my dog needs a bath and a haircut. And I haven't booked it in because I just keep forgetting with other stuff. But if I had have got a text from the lady going, hey Carissa, how you going? How's Pebbles? I'd be like, awesome, I'm good. I need to book in. Same goes for my lashes. Same goes for my waxing. Does that make sense? Can you like or thumbs up or comment or something if you can see, like, is there any examples of businesses that you have been to that is a similar kind of thing? Like, you know, you're ready to book in or buy something from them right now. If only you would hear from them in a nice way. I really like you to kind of like think about it from your own perspective as well. Like treat your customers how you would want to be treated. Sometimes you've just got to take yourself out of your own head a little bit. Hey Monica and Sarah. And yeah, so it doesn't mean that people don't want to book in with you when you don't hear from them. It just means that maybe they're waiting to hear from you. So it doesn't mean that I don't like any of those businesses and I don't want to go back. It just means that you know, I'm busy with my own life and I keep forgetting. And whereas if they initiated it in a nice, friendly, personal way, not saying 50% off lashes this month, like who cares? If she said, Carissa, how are you going? How are your eyelashes? I'd be like, oh, awesome. Yeah, I need a refill. When can you fit me in? So does that make sense? Yep, everybody's saying yes, yes, yes. Cool. So there's another little statistic down the bottom here, which is generally you'll only ever hear from about 4% of your unhappy customers. The other 98% will go away quietly, 91% will never come back, and usually a dissatisfied customer will actually tell more than 8 people about the problem. 1 in 5 tells 20. This has changed now that social media exists. If you get a really unhappy customer, which a lot of you have experienced, I know I used to as well, but you know, these sometimes are things that you just need to learn from, and yeah, it happens. It's part of business. But sometimes it's because, yeah, like a customer will be unhappy because the experience that they had created in their mind isn't the experience that they got. So that's what I want to help you to improve here. All right. So Why do you think that people don't buy from you or will buy from a competitor? This was, I think, another little survey thing. In the search for some answers, one survey looked at why customers don't buy from you or why they leave you and move to a competitor. People were asked this question: why do you choose not to deal with a business or to leave a business and go to a competitor? And the reasons and percentages were as follows: convenience, 8%, relationship, 12%, miscellaneous, 7%, product or price or time, 18%, perceived indifference, 65 to 70%. So once again, that is that feeling like the business didn't give a shit about them. That is the main reason why people will leave a business or not return. So now I'm just going to run through, these are some areas of perceived indifference, and they will vary depending on your business model and your industry. Some may apply to you, some may not. But if you have a pen and paper handy and you can write some of these down, or even go back through the replay and write some of these down, like make a list of things that you think that you can improve on in your own business from this. There's 2 pages that I'm just going to run through. So the first one is that, do you answer the phone between 3 to 6 rings every time or get back to messages and emails promptly? Does every caller get asked permission before they're put on hold, if you put people on hold? Do you make sure that nobody's put on hold for longer than 30 seconds? Do you have an on-hold message to listen to? So this just applies if you have a business that obviously puts people on hold. I never had that in my own business, but it's there. Do you thank your customers or potential customers, leads, like even if they don't buy, do you thank them for calling or getting in touch with you? Now, this is something that I have been doing for years and years and years. Anytime I get a lead or inquiry, before I will generally thank them. Like I'll say, hi, how are you? And then I'll say, thank you for getting in touch, because, they've got so many businesses out there that they have the potential to contact, and they've chosen to contact you. So you really should be grateful for it and express that gratitude, and then they will be appreciative of you thanking them as well. Do you thank your customers or potential customers for visiting your business? It's important to say this out loud to them. Like we started doing this in my salons, made sure everybody, after they'd been in every single time, like whether they came back again and again, like people love being appreciated. And by saying just like, thanks for coming in, thanks for telling so-and-so about us, it was really nice to see you, etc., etc. That's just like, it costs nothing, it takes no extra time, but it makes people feel so much more warm and fuzzy about you. Do you thank your customers from buying from you, especially if they're buying online? Like if you don't have a physical location, you can thank them through like a website thank you page, you can thank them through Facebook message, you can thank them through text or email sequences, anything like that. Do you and your team always arrive on time or early for meetings with customers or consultations and things like that? You're ready and waiting for them, you're not rushing around making them wait. Do you and your team ever make customers wait? And if so, do you have a nice, if you have to make them wait, you want to give them a really nice experience while they do wait, and apologize because you realize that their time is just as valuable as yours. This is another thing that I see a lot of people going, customers don't value my time. Well, you've got to value their time as well. It's not just a one-way thing. Do you deliver products and services when you say you will every time? So sticking to deadlines. We used to, when I sent out hair extension products and stuff, we sent out hair every single day at 4 p.m. on the dot. So if orders got in before then, they would go out. If they didn't, they would wait till the next day. And that was a rule that we had, but it made sure everything was kind of strict and prompt and consistent. Do you let your customers know beforehand if there is a problem? So if there's going to be an issue or a delay, do you just kind of let it go and then apologize afterwards? Or you go, I'm really sorry there's going to be an issue or delay. Like, I want to make sure that you are aware of this and that I keep you happy and that you're informed and involved and blah, 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 blah. Hey, Lauren and Prudence. Do you always return phone calls the same day that you get the message? We used to always also have a I think it was like the voicemail message in the salon said something about we check our voicemails at 2 p.m. every day. So if people left a message, or like, you know, if you don't want to wait until then, send a text instead or book online. So little things like that, you know, it's not, they know when you're going to get back to them. They're not just hanging around waiting or feeling like you're not caring about them or whatever. And does each team member take responsibility for helping customers, or do they hand off problems from one to another or to one department to another? So that adds for a really bad customer experience where the customer immediately doesn't feel cared for by whoever's talking to them. What did Danica say? Sorry, I have a child clicking faces and likes. That's okay. She can click as many as she likes, or he. Cool. So here's some more. Do you ask for more information when you're asked about the price of a product or service? I have seen a lot of people saying things about this. Like some people will, during the sales process, they'll just ask straight for the price, and that can be a combination of just the personality type of that person. Some people are really direct and they just want to know straight away, but generally you can build a relationship from that by going, yeah, sure, I'm happy to give you all of the prices and stuff. First of all, can I just ask a little bit more about you, like what situation you're in now? You know, can you tell me why you want this, or have you had something like this before? So you're saying, yes, I can give you the prices, you know, but first of all, so I can give you an accurate quote or an accurate recommendation, because you've got to see yourself as the professional, right? You're looking after them. You're not just here going, here's a price list. You've got to think from the perspective of, I really care about you and I want to help you to get a specific result. It's very important that you start to build a relationship and show them that you care from the start. Don't just treat them like a number, treat them like a person. Do you always follow up customers in the days or weeks after they've purchased a product or service from you to make sure they're happy? A lot of people don't do this because they have this fear of, oh, what if they're not happy? Well, that's even more important to find out, because if they're not happy, you've got to fix it. But generally, most people are. You've got to focus on the positive. You've got to think, I love my work so much. We did such a good job on this person. We really are proud of our services, really want to make sure that they are happy with everything. You know, if you can do that a few days after they've purchased from you, that's even better, just to check in and see how they're going. They will feel very valued and cared about. And do you stay in touch with customers regularly? By regularly, that could be weekly, could be monthly, could be an email that you send out, could be a text that you send out, could be following up every 6 weeks from their appointment, could be following up every few weeks from their appointment. Really important, if you want people to come back and love you, that you stay in touch with them. Do you ever surprise them by giving them a small gift? And that's something I'm going to touch on in the challenge in a moment. That can go a really long way. Do you keep them informed about new things that are happening in your business? Diamond says, what time is it? It's 8:30. It's nearly 9 a.m. here. What time is it there, Diamond? Yeah, so keeping them informed about new things happening in your business. This can be something that you can do through your Facebook page, definitely by going, hey, look what's going on this week, or make a photo or a video, or you can send it out as an email newsletter. You can write it as a blog post and send it out to people. All kinds of stuff. Like, the more people feel involved in your brand and like a part of your business, the more loyal they're going to become. And do you thank your internal customers? This is a really big one. This means your team, your staff members, for being a part of your business. This makes a big difference, or made a big difference when I started doing this, like showing your appreciation for your staff. A lot of people like to complain about their staff. Really, you wouldn't be where you are without them if you've got them. So it's very important to have a good relationship with clients, super important. Good relationship with staff, probably even more important, because they're the ones that you want to be able to keep your business running, so that you don't have to be stressed out running around trying to micromanage everything all the time. Yes, it's Monday, 6 p.m. Sunday. We're in the future. So 10 moments of truth. This is just like first impression kind of stuff. So the first impression that a customer has with your business is super duper important. These are first impression when you talk on the phone, or even when you get a Facebook message, or someone like leaves a comment on one of your posts and you comment back to them. Like that's the first impression. That's really important to get that really nice, and get back to them promptly and friendly. When a customer walks through the door, when yourself or a salesperson or one of your team members meets a customer, when a customer asks a question, how they are responded to, how promptly and with what enthusiasm and care, when a customer makes a purchase, when a customer returns a product, if one of your products and services fails to perform or isn't up to their standards. It's really important to be able to deal with that in a very nice way, and make them feel good. Like, yes, customers complain every now and then, it happens, but it's how you deal with it that counts. So you always want to make sure, if you can turn that around and make them happy, they'll either be a loyal customer for life, or they'll tell people good things about you, rather than this business didn't give a shit about me and they just blamed me and blah blah blah. When a promised improvement doesn't occur, so if you say to someone that you're going to do something and then you don't, that can really let people down. When we deliver a purchase, so like the experience of, if you're sending things out, like what the experience is like when that person receives it, or the whole way through the ordering process, following up, etc. And even when a customer enters or exits the parking lot, what is that experience like for them? Is it nice? Do you have fresh signs, or is your signage, or you have no signage, or do you have signage that's old and scummy and you maybe need to get some new stuff? Like every little thing adds to the customer experience. So there's 3 critical stages of service, just before we get into the 3 little challenges that we're going to do. One is the pre-sales service. So this is the sales conversation when someone inquires with you. It's so every single one of these things is super duper important. Number 2 is the service during the sale and the after sales service. So a lot of people just kind of give up on number 1 and 3, and they think, oh, no, if they don't buy from me, whatever, and then they do buy from you, you go, yay, money, and then they give up. So if you want to grow a really successful business, you have to take each one of these things equally importantly, and make it all about focusing on giving the customer the most amazing experience you possibly can. So what I'd like you to think about is to make some notes of what a fantastic customer experience would look like in your business. Imagine you're world-class, the best in your industry, the most well-known business. Like, how would you want your customers to be treated the whole way through? You might have several products or services that you offer, so document a different experience for each individual one. Hey, Gia. So before I jump into the 3 things that I want you to focus on over the next 3 days, can everybody see how that all applies? Like, are you getting some ideas? Do you have any questions? Can you just let me know? I'm just going to grab my phone charger quickly and plug my phone in to the computer because it's going a bit flat. Just a second. Cool, that's plugged in now. Can anybody see some idea, like some areas of their business that they can improve on from thinking about that? Like, you've got some kind of ideas that you could start doing. Leonie says it's a great reboot. Reboot. I need to pick up my game. There's always things that you can be improving on too. Like, even every time, like, I know all this stuff, I teach all this stuff, but every time I go back over it, I'm like, oh, that's right, that part of it's slipping now because I started focusing on this part. So that's why it is really important to systemize your business as it grows, and I like to delegate things as it grows as well. So I'm getting to that stage now where I've got lots of things going on, and I've got helpers, and it's getting tricky. So when it gets to that point, then you're like, well, maybe I need someone else to help me just to do this part. But you've got to systemize it first, the way you want it done. Absolutely, says Lisa. Awesome. And basically it's just like, treat people how you want to be treated. It's important. A lot of people just don't think, or they think too much about themselves, which is normal. Like, that's just how people are. Everyone's naturally quite self-focused, but your business is going to be a lot more successful if you practice the ability to put yourself in other people's shoes and make people feel good. Priyanka, yes, that's right. My goal is to make people have successful businesses, and Facebook marketing is one part of it, but there's a whole lot of other stuff. A lot of it's mindset, a lot of it's the way you think. All right, so the challenge. What I would like you guys to do is to get a buddy in the group, so you can either team up with one person, maybe in a similar industry, maybe in a different industry, or you can create a little team and help each other to brainstorm ideas, even share examples of what may have already worked for you, or what you've already done in your business, or what you want to try. And think about, before you get started, I'm going to go through these in a second, think about how you want your customers to feel when you contact them, when you do these 3 things that I'm about to go through, including old ones that you haven't seen in a while, that kind of maybe slipped off the face of the earth due to one of those reasons that we went through before, usually perceived indifference. Current regular clients as well, and leads or people who have inquired but didn't buy. So try and think about, if you were those people, how would you want to feel when you were contacted by yourself? Obviously, you want them to feel very good about it. So this is your 3-day challenge. If you would like to write these down, grab a pen and paper and do them. Otherwise, yes, they will be in the group, and what I'm going to do is just screenshot these 3 today, tomorrow, and the next day things and post them as images underneath this video in case you want to refer to them. So the first one today, this is what I'd like everybody to do today, or within the next 24 hours, depending on what time it is and where you are and what you're doing. Hey Trina, is to focus on following up with old clients that you haven't seen for a while. So these are the ones that have slipped through the cracks, that maybe, like, hopefully you've got a customer database, maybe you've got an email list, maybe you've got people saved in your phone, maybe you've got Facebook messages. However you are able to contact these people, either via email, phone, text message, Facebook message. If you've got their phone numbers, you could give them a quick call, and either write them a message, give them a call, just letting them know that you're thinking about them and that you just wanted to say hi and see how they are. So for these people, because they haven't come back for a while, you don't want to offer them anything. I just said here, no, do not try and sell them anything. That's all right, Trina. You can go back and watch the recording if you like, if you want to participate. So the purpose of this exercise for following up with old clients that you haven't seen for a while is to just make them feel appreciated, to make them feel remembered, to make them feel valued. And if they reply, because if you don't have the intention of trying to get them as a customer, if you're just coming from the heart, you just want to say, hi, I'm thinking about you. Don't do the whole we miss you bull crap that businesses do. Like, so many people do that, and it's annoying. It's not we miss you, it's hey, I'm actually genuinely thinking about you right now, and I just wanted to see how you are. Like that. And if you come from the heart while you're writing it, while you're saying it, it's going to sound a lot better. So if they reply, then you can start a conversation with them. You can ask more questions, what they've been up to, and start a conversation that may lead to a new sale. So you don't want to push it either. You don't want to go in, hey, you can ask, if you remember, like, how their hair's going, or their whatever you helped them with whatever service the last time you saw them. Fitness, could be insurance policies, could be business coaching, like whatever it is. Just ask them how that is, but you don't have to offer them anything else. But not straight away. Ask how they are first, and then if that turns into a conversation, then you have the ability to go more into it. And yes, that could potentially lead to them going, oh wow, you know, that's really nice that you followed up. Actually, I do need X, Y, Z done. Do you have time? So that's what I'd like you to focus on for the next 24 hours. Tomorrow or the next day, this is the next one. So this is offering something special to your existing customers, your best customers, and your regular clients that are currently coming to you to show how much you appreciate them. So this could be a discount or a freebie or simply a thoughtfully put together offer just for them. So this is another little thing that I'd like to teach you, is that 80% of your revenue generally comes from 20% of your clients. And if you track all your business data, which you should be, if you're not, this is why I have my other course that teaches all of this stuff, you will be able to see in your business, you know, sales reports and that kind of thing, that generally the most of your money comes from a small percentage of your customers. So those are the ones that you want to really, really focus on, because they're the ones that are keeping your business thriving and alive. So yes, new customers are great, but the loyal ones that love you, you know, the evangelists, the ones that just want to spread your name everywhere because they love you so much, hopefully you have lots of them, or some of them at least, they're the ones that you do really need to focus on a lot too. They're the ones that even if you didn't focus on them, they'd probably still keep coming back. But if you can focus on them more, it's just going to help more. So the purpose of this exercise is to make them feel extra special, to make them fall even more in love with you, to tell people how wonderful you are, and to imagine how you would feel if a business you visited contacted you just to let you know how much they appreciate you, and offered you something for free. You would probably love them and quite possibly buy something extra anyway. So it feels good to be loved and to give love. A couple of the girls from last year in the Facebook course, I think it was Cara from Ella Bache, came up with the idea of doing a random acts of kindness kind of thing, which is really lovely. And she just rewarded all of her existing customers with little surprise treats or stuff like that. One of the other girls, Lisa, I think, actually went out to customers' houses and gave them flowers and stuff like that. So, you know, the more you can put in that they're not expecting, like, that's going to make them loyal for life, basically. So it could even be just little, like, you know, sending them some chocolates or some flowers, or a voucher, or, you know, if you've got a service that doesn't cost you very much in time or anything, you could just say, hey, look, I just really want to express my appreciation for you being such a loyal, amazing customer, and I want to offer you this for free, like, or I want to offer you, so you're not trying to sell them anything with, or give them a free thing with something else. You can just go, I want to give you something. If you can put together a special package offer, just like if there's someone who comes in regularly and will pay you for something, like you don't want to give them something for free, I would encourage it if you can offer them something little. But you can put together a special package for them, whereas, like, you know, when you come in to get your next thing done, because we know that you're coming in, or we know that I'm going to be seeing you soon for a paid appointment, I want to offer you this as well. So something that's just going to make them feel super duper loved, really, and appreciated. So brainstorm with others if you want to come up with ideas. And then the third one, so if you can do the Monday today, or, you know, whatever day it is for everybody, following up with customers that have disappeared, then the next day touching base or offering something to your best customers. And then the day after that, this is what I'd like you to do, is to follow up with old leads and inquiries who didn't buy. So this could be someone who's, like, put in their details to find out more on your website. Could be someone that opted in for a free voucher or something. It could be just someone that asked the prices. So with this, though, you can go back as far in time as you like. You don't have to limit it to, like, people who only inquired this month. You can go back a year from now, or 2 years from now. Go back through your Facebook messages, your emails, texts, voicemails, people who claimed a freebie, etc. But these are the people who didn't buy. And this is a really powerful method, which is called the "Are you still" method. You can try that, or you can simply ask how they are. I'm going to leave that up to you, whatever feels right, whatever you think they would appreciate more, or however kind of you would like to be treated. If you inquired with a business and didn't buy, what would you like? How would you like them to follow up with you? Would you like them to ask how you are, or would you like them to ask, hey, hey Priyanka, for example, I just wanted to check in, see how you are, and see if you're still interested in blah, or are you still worried about blah? So someone might have inquired because they're like, oh, I've got an email that does this. I've got a couple of emails in my email sequence that do this with Facebook. They go, are you still interested in the course? That goes out after however many weeks or after they inquired. I've also got one that says, are you still wasting time on Facebook? So they see that and go, yes, maybe I should join. So, sometimes it's just about being the leader, going, hey, look, I'm here to help you. Are you still struggling with this? If so, I want to have a chat, or I want to find out if I can help you, blah, 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 blah. So make sure that you're doing it in a friendly and personal way, but you've also got to be confident that you're the expert. They see you as the expert. They trust you as the expert. And yeah, you can actually turn a lot of old leads into new clients if you go about this the right way. So a lot of people want to be followed up with. It's very important. There's so many things that I've inquired about, and the reason that I didn't buy is because they didn't get back to me. So it's the same with your customers. Like, some people, the reason why they haven't bought from you is just because they weren't followed up with, and once again, they don't feel cared about. So does that make sense? Can you show them that you care? You have to actually care if you want to be a successful business. Because business is more of a people's game than a numbers game. So the numbers apply in the way that your business is technically successful on paper, but the emotion and the relationship with people is one of those things that necessarily can't really be measured, but it will play a big result in the end game of your numbers if you get that right. So, and also it's very, very important to not just make this a one-time thing. It's not just one thing that you do once. You can do this every single month. You can employ someone just to do this stuff for you if you feel that it is going to be like a beneficial exercise for your business. So if you do all these things over the next 3 days and you see significant results trickle in, maybe not immediately, but maybe throughout the next month, it might be worthwhile. If you don't have time to do it, you can get a staff member to do it, or you can employ a new casual person to come in like 1 day a week or 1 day a month, or even something to do these things for you. So try not to think that you have to do everything yourself in business as well, because you don't. And that's one thing that I'm really passionate about too. So some things to assist you in thinking about this is, try and really think about what emotions do you really wish to evoke in your customers. How do you want them to feel when they hear from you? Once you've worked this out, then you can plan to deliberately evoke those feelings with the service that you deliver, with the message that you send them. So you can even ask your team to assist you with this process. If you've got staff members, have a little meeting with them. Go, hey, look, this is what we want to improve. We're going to do these 3 things over the next 3 days. Do you guys have any ideas? What do you think you would want as the customer? Who do you think are some of our best customers that we should reward? What should we offer them? By getting your team involved in this, they're going to feel like they played a role. You can thank them. You can appreciate them for it. It's really powerful. So you have to be able to develop this also into a system so that you can deliver consistency every time with every new lead and customer. So now it is time for you to get started. I also want you to track your results with this one so that you can measure it. So if you want to, you can either write it down on a pen and paper, or you can post it in the comments for this video, or you can do a new post in the group. So you want to write down, you want to track how many messages did you send and to which people, how many people, how many responses did you get, how many sales did you get, and how much money came from the sales. So yes, you can post your post your progress and results in the comments for this video, or keep them in a journal, share with the group at the end of each day. It's really important to remember also that even if you don't get sales from this right away over the next 3 days, even if you get nothing, the love and time that you put into improving your customer experience and showing people that you care will play a role in both the success of your business, the reputation of your brand, and your own personal happiness levels. It's very important to let go of expectations when doing these things. So you shouldn't be doing something with the expectation of getting something back in return. You should be genuinely coming from the heart because you appreciate and you care about these people. You care about the leads even if they didn't buy, because they took the time to inquire with you. You appreciate the people who did come and give you business even if they're not coming now, and you'll very much appreciate the people who are still coming back to your business or buying from you right now. So does anybody have any questions about that? Before I wrap it up? Obviously, for those people who've just joined, you'll have to just go back and watch the replay from the start to get the most out of this one, because we covered so much awesome juicy stuff to help grow your business and make your customers fall in love with you even more. But does that all make sense to everybody? Are you going to participate? Are you going to give it a go? I really, 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 really hope that you are, because this stuff can make a massive difference in your company and in your life. And does anyone have anything they'd like to ask about before we wrap it up? I'll just wait a minute to see. Getting some likes. Cool. Thank you, everybody. Diamond's excited to get started. Priyanka, can you share how you show appreciation for staff? With your words. Thank them, be nice to them, ask them how their day is, ask them. I like to have team meetings and actually ask people what they're doing in their personal lives right now. What do they want in their life? Like when I had my girls in the salon, we actually would sit down and go, look, what are your goals for your personal life right now? One of them said, I'm saving to buy a new car. And so I sat down with her and said, cool, how much money do you need for your car? Let's put it together, a little savings plan for you. You know, to you, your staff members are a part of your business, but it's really important to know that you don't own them, and that to them, your business is just a job. But if your job can provide them with what they want out of their life, or help them to get where they want to go in their life, they're going to respect you and love you and do a better job if they can sense that you respect them and love them. Something that I'm very passionate about, because I used to, at first, I used to see my staff as property. I used to be like, you're not doing a good job, you suck, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't them, it's me. And I actually had a big rant about this on video the other day that Ree is going to edit today for me, and we're going to upload it, because it pisses me off now when I see people complaining about their staff. I'm like, it's not a staff problem, it's a leadership problem. So that I have a massive leadership and staff management training in my other program, because there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of psychology, a lot of understanding different personality types, a lot of knowing how to manage different people, different learning styles, that kind of thing. You struggle with expression. It's just all takes practice. It can be really uncomfortable. I've cried in front of my staff members a few times because I get really emotional, and you know, it's hard. You can do other things like write letters and stuff like this, but the more open and honest you can be, even if you say, look guys, this is really hard for me because I struggle with expression, but I want to tell you, like, you can write down things first, dot points, letters, and actually read it out to people. They will appreciate you and respect you a lot more if you're just open with them. Cool. All right. I will let you guys get started. I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to screenshot those exercises for today, tomorrow, and the next day, and just post them underneath this video, or maybe I'll start a new post because there's lots of comments on this one. Yeah, I'll start a new post, and I might pin that to the top of the group for this week for you, and definitely post your progress. And yes, and see if there's anyone that you can team up with, or everybody kind of get involved in the comments and kind of help each other. That's going to be really, really powerful if everybody kind of, you know, joins forces and helps each other. Or if you try something and it works really well, share it, exactly what you did, and so someone else can maybe do it, and then everybody wins. It's really nice. That's the power of like a mastermind group in business. It's where everybody puts their egos away and they all focus on helping each other and loving their customers, and it's lovely. All right, I will let you all get stuck into it. Have a lovely day. I'm actually going to follow this a little bit myself this week as well. So yeah, I'll see you all inside the group later on.